Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the CRM Zen Show, where we talk about all things Zoho. This is episode 342 for February 14th, 2024. Mission Control, Zia AI agents have landed. From Zenatta Consulting, I'm Brett Martin.
And I'm Tyler Colt, and let's get right on into the show.
There's a lot going on today. You got a guy unicycling through the snow in front of your house. Is that correct?
A little distracting before the show. Very impressive.
Just as we're about to start the show. I know.
It's like,
I know.
That's not normal.
It's a lot going on. You're watering your bamboo. Freddie's tuning his guitar. There's all kinds of things going on. We don't even know.
Everybody's
what's
we do have a busy week.
Double entendres dropping left and right. Who knows what's going on? Man, it's been a heck of a week. It's here we are. I tell you, I'm amped. I got up so early today. It's like I've had a full day already.
Yeah, you've got a bit of chaotic energy. It's just radiating off of you this morning.
I do. The show may go completely off the rails today. I'm feeling some off the rails showness going on here. But before we get into the show and totally go off the rails, we have a couple kind of announcements we'd like to make. The first one is Zoholics is coming up, and that's going to be May 13th through 15th in Houston, Texas. So if you want to head on over to Texas, go down to Houston. And guess what, Tyler? If you use the code Zenatta20, you're going to get 20% off your order. So the $350 ticket's going to cost you $279.20. And so use that code Zenatta20. And thanks, Zoho. They gave us the code. They said, please start promoting it, getting it out there. We are going to be there. We've got a booth. We're going to be hanging out and love to see everybody. So please, head on down to Houston. That's, like I said, May 13th through 15th. And, should be a good time. Was last year. This is the first time it's not been in Austin. Well, hang on. It was in Pleasanton forever. And then it's been in Austin. And now we're moving to Houston.
This year in Houston, because aren't they like rebuilding the convention center out in Austin? Wasn't that the reason?
I heard there was that, and that they felt they'd outgrown the Austin Convention Center as well. So
got it.
I don't know. I know they've definitely outgrown the Pleasanton office, which is where it was way back in the day. So yeah, and moving on with the last PSA. If you're watching this and you're a Zoho developer, we're hiring, and we would love for you to maybe drop us an application and chat with us, because Zenatta is in full force hiring mode right now. So go to careers.zenatta.com and fill out your application. It's not a simple application, Tyler. We put you through some hoops. You got to do some coding. This isn't just, hey, I'm Joe, and I know how to code Zoho. I'd like to talk to you. You kind of got to do some things to talk to us. And if you're gonna use ChatGPT, be careful, because we pretty much picked that up as well. So don't even bother. If you can't write code,
it gets wrong. There are questions on our thing that ChatGPT gets wrong every time. We know which ones they are.
Right. So, if you really kind of aren't a competent deluge programmer, then just skip the application. But if you are, we'd love for you to apply, because, we got that. Also consultants. So, come on down. We'd love to hear from you. If you want to apply as a consultant, again, you do need to know how to code. Kind of a basic thing we've got around here. All right, well, before we get into the news, let's have an ad from our sponsor, which this week is us.
Who is Zenatta? We are the #1 Zoho premium partner in the Americas, consisting of a diverse team of 25 plus employees who are experts in over 45 plus Zoho applications, including CRM, projects, desk, campaigns, analytics, sales IQ, books, inventory, and more. Our team of experts also specializes in custom creator applications, custom web and marketing solutions, and the Zoho Finance Suite. But most importantly, We understand how all of this ties into our clients' business needs. We have over 1,000 plus clients across dozens of industries, ranging from a few employees to hundreds, with over 5 new clients onboarded every week. And boy, do these clients love what we did for them. So whether you're just getting started with Zoho or need to optimize your existing setup, our team is here to help. Ready to unlock Zoho's full potential? Book a meeting with our experts today at Zenatta.com and let's build a system that works for you.
Wow. That company looks really cool, man. Well, by the way, it's not hundreds, it's thousands of employees. But yeah, man, I'd like to hire them. They might know what they're doing. I don't know.
Good idea.
Well, a decade of connections, celebrating 10 years of Zoho Social without one STD. That's right. It is amazing. So here we are. Happy birthday, Zoho Social. 10 years ago. If you're not familiar, Zoho Social is kind of your all-in-one management tool for your entire social media networks, and they constantly keep up with all of the different. If you can connect to it and you can post to it and you can pull comments, Zoho Social team is on it and they're doing it, and it's pretty good, I gotta say. Oh, look at that!
Look at that.
A quote.
Here we are. Yeah, we actually are featured in this with a testimonial. We've been longtime users of Zoho Social internally, so definitely a tool that we recommend to our clients, one that you can save a little bit of money on as you're moving over to the Zoho environment. So big shout out to them for 10 years strong. And yeah, it is a great tool. It's going to do essentially what any other social media management tool is going to do, but it'll just be included for you in a bundle of Zoho apps.
I don't want this to go to your head, Tyler, but in the order of testimonials, you have Manny Vimbu, the CEO of Zoho, followed by Tyler Colt. Wow.
Yeah, that's about how I see the rankings too. So it makes sense.
You didn't even need your title in there. You're just Tyler Colt, right? I mean, wow. That's just that's awesome. That's awesome. All right. You like Edge or Bono, Tyler Colt.
Oh yeah, that's a good comparison.
Nobody knows who you are. All right. Moving on with the news. You're excited about this. I'm excited about this. Zia Agents has dropped. Limitless, autonomous, and supersonic. You need to get into the waiting list in order for this to happen. We do suggest that the link to this will be in the show notes, but it's zoho.com/Zia/agents. Go there, apply for early access to it. Also in the show notes, we're dropping in, Zoho did a press release on Business Wire about Zia Agents. Tyler, fill me in. What's we're going to have a tip on this a little later on, and some other stuff going on.
The minute I can get my hands on this, you're going to see so many tip videos coming out on the channel on it, because I'm really excited about this. Over the last a couple months, I've really dug into some of the existing AI tools like ChatGPT, Gemini. Like I've built some agents inside of GPT that do work for us already. That's really valuable. One of the biggest things that I have run into is there's a lot of things I want to do with ChatGPT, but that it would require it essentially having access to all of our Zoho data, right? Like that would just save me a lot of time if I could just ask it a question, ask it to do a data cleanup action, whatever it may be. So Zia Agents is essentially Zoho's proper LLM model. This is like a big leap for Zia. So when you think about what Zia does right now, like that is very much like not in the same realm as what they're targeting to do with these agents. If we jump over to their announcement page and we scroll down, we can show some of the configuration for the YouTube viewers. But I mean, this flow looks really similar to what I have in ChatGPT. I've got a marketplace of pre-baked agents. I can also build my own agent just by chatting with a bot. So you don't need to code to create one of these. That's what I've been really obsessed with. I've got a bunch of them that I've built out that are really cool. So you're basically chatting with a bot to build a bot. But again, just like the special sauce here is this thing is already baked into your environment. So I had a task. I'll give kind of an example. I had a task I wanted to do. We wanted to add an industry field to our form. And so I said, okay, I gave ChatGPT a list of a bunch of different email domains, so essentially websites, and told it to organize them into a set of 10 industries based on process. Did a great job at that. But then I'm like, okay, now give me a file back that has all those domains and the assigned industry. And it's like, oh, that's a big file, this, that, or the other. If I'm using something internal to Zoho, I could tell it, hey, just set up a scheduled function, run it over the next couple days, and just make those updates into the accounts based on the email domains, right? So like that next step of kind of bringing one of these LLM tools directly into your working environment is, I think, going to be extremely valuable. So yeah, definitely keep an eye on the channel. The second I get my hands on these and I'm not on embargo, I can make videos on it. I will be making lots of tutorials on how to set these up, because if Zoho does a good job on this, it's like a massive value add for the platform. So I'm really looking forward to seeing these in our clients' accounts.
So what's the word on this? Is this their own large language model, or are they leveraging
Sure.
ChatGPT? Are they
Not sure.
leveraging
My
Deep
Yeah.
Seek?
My bet would probably be, and this is kind of what I'm hoping for, is that they started with an open source model. Could be like a Llama, could be a DeepSeek. Anything with like the MIT open source license is good to go, because you can take it, you can change it, you can use it for enterprise use cases. So my hope is that they started with something open source that was already really solid, and then just kind of trained it up inside of the Zoho environment. But I don't think they've said specifically exactly what they've done. I do know they've used open source in other cases. They're not opposed to doing that. And I think, look, if Meta wants to spend $5 billion training Llama and they're just going to put it out for free, why not use it? But yeah, I'm
Right.
not 100% sure. Hoping that it's open source, just because then we know it'll be really solid as a baseline. And then from there, it just means training it in your environment for it to be useful. But yeah, really excited for this. If this is something you guys are interested in, keep an eye on the channel. I will be making tons and tons of videos about these the second that I can.
Fantastic. And moving on, Zoho Recruit now has introducing LinkedIn Apply Connect for Zoho Recruit. So basically, if you have a job posting inside LinkedIn, you can apply directly from within there, and it's going to feed right back into Zoho Recruit, which is nice.
Yeah.
One less
really
step.
nice. Yeah, really nice. I'll tell you, like, we in our experience have had the most luck with job postings on LinkedIn. It's where we've, at least on our case, that's where we found a lot of really great candidates. But there's just never been an integration. So if they apply on LinkedIn, it doesn't land inside of Recruit. Thing for us, we have so many of those assessments and follow-ups that we manage through Recruit that right now we basically have to say in the job posting, please apply at careers.zenatta.com. This would essentially be, they could just apply on LinkedIn, and then I could shoot them a follow-up email saying, hey, here's the assessment, please get this done, we'll move forward. So yeah, should be really useful. We'll probably use this day
Very
one
nice.
when it comes out for our process. I'd imagine a lot of people will like this.
Yeah, it's really good. And did we mention we're hiring? I think we may have.
Yeah,
So.
good timing.
All righty. Nice job to the Recruit team there. And kind of moving along. So this is kind of interesting. Zoho Cliq is doing a privacy enhancement where they're hiding email IDs in Zoho Cliq networks. So if you don't know Zoho Cliq, it's basically similar to Slack or Teams, allows you to communicate with people internally, people externally, basically set up chat groups, video calling, sharing, all of that kind of stuff. And in order to kind of crack down on the privacy, you now will have the ability to allow the showing of an email ID or hide an email ID based upon how you set this up. So I guess I get that. I'm just trying to figure out, because in order for me to invite somebody, I usually invite them through Cliq, through their email address, which ties them in. So you kind of have to have it anyway.
Yeah, it's like, you know how we've got like that Cliq channel for like the global partners Cliq channel?
Yeah.
I think this would be like if Zoho wanted to allow a partner to join and I didn't want to share my email address with the other partners. That's a bad
Good
example
call
because I
out.
personally don't mind. If a partner wanted to reach out, they can shoot me an email. But maybe you
And you
have like
could
a
be inviting
professional
a bunch
network.
of people from a bunch of different areas. You're inviting them to this channel. There's the use case. There's the use
Yeah,
case.
and you're
That was,
saying maybe they don't, not everyone wants to give out their email address. Again,
yeah.
I wouldn't need this. Channels I'm in, I'm fine with my email address being visible, but I could see use cases where maybe you want to hide that just in case, right?
Yeah. All right. And wrapping up the news, and I'll say this, we say this every show, but in the newsletter, there are a dozen, probably a half a dozen or more other news stories that we're not covering here. But we're going to wrap it up with this one. This is kind of an odd one. So in CRM, there is a module called Cases. And it basically is if you're just using Zoho CRM and you don't have Zoho Desk, because normally you would have Desk and you would open a ticket. Think of Cases as a ticket, if nothing else. So if you just own the CRM, got the Enterprise Edition, Ultimate, you have a small need for help desk, you can kind of actually manage it out of the
Yeah.
Cases module. We don't use it very often because most people, if they're wanting a help desk and they have Zoho One or they have CRM, they have Desk included. So you might as well just turn Desk on and give them the full functionality of that. But I can see this for standalone CRM users. The Cases module now allows you to send emails directly from the Cases module, which I thought was there. Because it's kind of one of those things that would need to be there if you're looking at a ticket and you want to send it.
Yeah.
But now it is there. So evidently putting a little bit more functionality into the Cases module. Again, rarely something we touch anymore.
Yeah.
Because
occasionally
most
we'll
people
use
have
it
them
for
on.
like one use case for it occasionally is you might have certain types of tickets that come in from desk that need to be processed by like a different team, like sometimes like a complicated RMA where you need like
Yep.
lots of different field data and vendor relationships and document generation. And so there are some cases where like we'll add a button in a desk ticket that says like convert to RMA case or something, right? And then it pushes data over here. So yeah, once in a blue moon we'll use it. Yeah, it is. You kind of would imagine with the case sending an email would be like V1, but still nice to see it in here. I'm sure there's some people using cases that this is going to make their life so much easier. So yeah, big shout out to Zoho for getting this over the line.
Rock and roll. All right. And with that, let's head over to our code share of the week. All righty. Eddie is back with using randomized delays to prevent duplicate records in Zoho imports. Why would you need to do this, Tyler?
Yeah, it's a good question. So if you've imported data to CRM before, you know at the very end there's a checkbox that says run automations. This kind of applies for that scenario. So one of the use cases we'll help clients with is they might get a data set on a regular basis. Let's say monthly, they have some provider that sends them data, and they might know that that data is a bit messy. Maybe there could be duplicates in the import itself. Maybe there could be an existing contact or lead that matches something on that file. And so we'll run a little function where, hey, for each of those records, we'll get the email address, we'll check if they exist, and if they don't, we'll then go ahead and create them. The challenge is when you run a workflow based on an import, all of those workflows trigger essentially at the same time. So it's not like one by one by one by one. Sometimes it's like a batch of 100 are running at the same exact moment. And so you could actually have a scenario where you have a duplicate in that file, but because they're running at the same time, neither record's been created, so they don't understand that there is already a duplicate record. So what Eddie's basically saying here is, hey, run a random number generator, 1 to 15, and then delay each of them by that number of seconds. And so now if previously you had a 95% chance of not having a duplicate, you're now up to like 99.9%, right? You're basically just adding another filter that might remove a potential duplicate. So again, you really only need this for like the import process functions themselves. Anything else, even like 10 milliseconds of difference, the you won't need this. So if it's anything trigger based, you should be completely fine. Just on these imports, you might just want to do something like this to make sure that you don't have a false, negative on a duplicate check.
Nice. Hey, and if you don't know, Club Zenatta is our online community, and we would love it if you would join. All we require is your email. We've got 2,500 or 2,450 users participating in this online community, asking anything and everything there is about Zoho. It's also where we track all of the news. Hey, maybe you notice something about Zoho. You can drop it into things we notice. You can ask a question that we'll answer on this show, maybe like the one we've got one today, this week, and on and on and on. So, hey, do me a favor, head over to club.zenatta.com, join our community. We would love to have you. And with that, let's head over to YouTube and check out our tips of the week. Tyler, you are on fire, my friend. You came out of the gates hot and heavy this year, blazing with tips. You're not one a week, two a week.
Yeah,
it's been like this.
Eventually, I'm going to shoot for 3 and really just flood YouTube. But right now, we're shooting for 2 a week. This is first video here for this week is just on reports and dashboards and CRM. We had a couple of these videos on the channel, but they were kind of old. I don't know if the reports one covered the new like module selector here, and we do get a lot of questions about this. So I spend a decent amount of time going through like the parent-child relationships and how to configure them, because it's way better than it used to be. It's just a little trickier to use. So we go through the reports. I show how to create the chart in the report view if you want kind of like a quick little bar chart. And then we go into the dashboards or analytics. I like calling them dashboards for less confusion. But yeah, then we go through and show the dashboards, how to create those from a report and how to create one of those from scratch, just so that you can easily format these in your CRM account.
Nice. Basic stuff, but super important. I mean,
we took the opportunity too to go through a lot of the different chart types. They've added a ton. Like they have added a ton of different chart types in here that didn't used to exist. A lot of them are really cool. Some of them I don't know exactly. I wouldn't imagine myself using them, like the ones on the screen right now. Like this type of report for me is not super intuitive, but I did kind of go through each of them and show how you might create them. If you do like zone components, you can surely do that. I do not, so I will not, but I did show you how.
Yes, there are, it seems like people who do analytics and BI tools, they just need to come up with brand new charts over and over.
Mm-hmm.
Where basically the 4 basic ones we had from the beginning of time are just fine. But it's good. There's
Sometimes
one.
you see a new type that gets popular, and it kind of makes sense. Like I get why people like Sankey charts and why they've got so popular. I personally am not a big fan of them myself.
I don't understand. It's skanky charts. Is that what it is? Stanky?
Stanky charts.
What is it?
Yeah, stanky. No, only 1K.
Yeah, I don't understand it. It's like I look at them and they baffle me. You turned me on to Monarch.
Monarch
budgeting. Money, right, for budgeting. And they've got the stanky charts in there, right? And, it's that's kind of how that should be the name. I mean, honestly, because you look at it and you go, I don't know.
Only time I like them is for like a full profit loss in a company. It can be a decent way to like visualize that, just total in, total out. But yeah, to each their own. I don't want to disparage Sankey chart enjoyers out there. But yeah, tons of different chart types. Trying to bring us back on track before you come up with another pun for Sankey charts.
God, no, man. Sometimes I'm getting old. The memory is I can't remember the names of things, so it's a little tough. All right, and moving right along. Yep, you did a Zoho's biggest AI update yet. So basically, even though it's unreleased, you kind of went through this entire release they did, going through everything that's happening with the new Zia agents that's out there. And so, yeah. this is basically what we talked about earlier, but you're covering it here.
Just in a bit more detail, kind of expanded on the thoughts a bit.
1,200
Probably the most views we've ever
views.
got in 24 hours on a YouTube video. So the viewers have spoken. They want more content on this, and I will give it the minute that I can. I don't want to just keep re-recording stuff about the news, so I do have to wait until I get my hands on it. But yeah, like the viewers have spoken. They want to see this stuff, and I will give it to them as soon as humanly possible.
Those are some analytics. Yes, I can imagine when you actually have a real video on the tool itself, using it. That should be something.
Yeah, this is really just
And hey, YouTube is where we keep all of our videos on pretty much everything. So you can go into our channel, search our channel for whatever particular thing you're trying to do. Maybe it's mastering reports and dashboards in Zoho CRM. Well, we've got a video on that, as we just talked about. But we also organize all this over on Zenatta.com. If you click on the resource library and click into any application, the videos are organized there as well. But we would sure like it if you would like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's it. Please head on over there. Nice new banner, Freddie. Shout out on that one. Look at that. Partner of the Year at the Global Partner Conference. Wow. Zoho CX Suite, Global Partner of the Year 2024. Who are these Zenatta people? We should have an ad about our services. Could run that at the top of the show.
Maybe one day.
Be good. Maybe one day. You never know. All right. And with that, we're not going to wrap up the show. We've got Azaz. Ask Zenatta anything about Zoho, sometimes known as our question of the week. All right. John Bloomfield. How you doing, John? He's got a really minor query, but I can't find a straight answer. In CRM, all custom modules have the same icon as below. Is there a way to change and customize it? Well, sit back, John. This is going to take us a little while. We're going to step you through how to do this. Now, the answer is no. There's not a way, unfortunately. So, Freddie, I think this is the time. This is the time we bring up the Zoho. Are you listening? Would not be a bad thing. I know it's a minor thing, but I think it really would be nice to be able to change those little icons. It's minor,
but it also isn't, like a lot of people don't know that recent items button is there. And a lot of people, once I show it to them, they start using it all the time. I know. And so I think if more people knew that the recent button was an option, this would be more highly demanded. Like, it surely would be nice to just be able to easily assign those icons, right? If it's the properties module, make it a house, whatever. So yeah, Zoho, if you're listening, this would be a great one. Just get added. Maybe they bake it into CRM for everyone, right? Kind of give people a little carrot to get them to move over. But this would be really great to have.
Fantastic. All right, Tyler, I felt you were a little unhinged this show, but
my bad.
I tried to keep it on track. I did my best to keep it on track, so away we go. Hey, everybody, we hope you had a great week and have a wonderful weekend ahead. And anyway, if you would like to get in touch with us, as we said in our non-ad at the beginning of the show, please head over to Zenatta.com and click on Book a Meeting in the upper right-hand corner. We would love to talk to you about how we can help you with Zoho.
And on the website is where you'll also find complete episodes of the show, as well as links to all the stories we discussed today. If you want that news and all the rest of the news we don't always cover delivered to your news or inbox every Monday morning, be sure to subscribe to our newsletter. And last but not least, we always appreciate when you like and subscribe here on YouTube, as well as your choice of podcast app. We'll see you next Friday.
The CRM Zen Show was produced by Podcaster Zen.
All right, good show. Hey, what are these guys at my door with a white jacket? They're coming after me. Oh, no.
For your Sankey chart slander.
They're coming to take me away. Oh, no.
A nice padded room, Brett. It'll be very relaxing.
As long as it's got padding, I'll be fine.